Hello, my name is Shreya, and in this tutorial, I'll be teaching you more about NumPy. We will be discussing iterating, joining, splitting, searching, and different types of sorting. What do you mean by iterating arrays? Iterating means going through elements one by one. Okay, so as we deal with multi-dimensional arrays in NumPy, we can do this using basic for loop of Python. Now, if you are familiar with for loop, it will be a little easy for you. And even if you are not familiar, that won't be an issue because I'll be teaching you as we write the lines of code. If we iterate on 1D array, it will go through each element one by one. Okay, for an example, after importing NumPy, I'm making an array. Array is equal to NP. So ARR is the name which I have given to my array, and it is a one-dimensional array storing only three values 1, 2, and 3. My initial value of x is 0. Okay, it is taken to be 0. Now, when I have taken a for loop for x in ARR, print x. So what will be printed? The value at the 0th position in my array. So which value is there on the 0th position in my array? It is 1. So 1 will be printed. Then again my x will become, it will increase by 1, it will become 1. From 0 it will become 1. So which element is sitting on the first position? 2. So 2 will be printed. Similarly 3 will be printed. So if I execute these lines of code, shift enter, so you can see that 1, 2 and 3 is being printed. Easy, right? Now suppose I have a two-dimensional array and I want to print 1, 2, 3 on the top row and then in the second row I want to print 4, 5 and 6. So I'll be writing the similar for loop. First it will be printing the top row when the value of x will be 0. Then when the value of x will increase to 1, it will be printing the second row. So if I execute this, yes, this is what we wanted, isn't it? Alright. Now if I want to print all the elements one by one, like I want to print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 all vertically, then we will have to use two for loops. First, the value of x will be 0 and the value of y will also be 0. The inner for loop will work first, and when the inner for loop will be done, then the value of x will increase to 1, and then again the inner for loop will work. So it will print all the elements one by one. Okay, so it is printing all the elements from 1 to 6 one by one. First, when my value of x is 0 and the value of y is 0, 1 is printed. Then value of x, it is 0 only, but my value of y now becomes 1 because it is the inner for loop. So first the inner for loop will done working and then the outer for loop will increase. So value of y now becomes 1 and 2 gets printed. Value of y now becomes 2 and 3 gets printed. Then after printing this 1, 2, 3, now the value of x becomes 1. Okay, so it will print 4, 5 and 6. Okay, alright. Joining NumPy arrays. What is joining NumPy arrays? Suppose there are two arrays, okay, and I want to join it. So we can join it by writing the simple line of code, concatenate. Okay, I'm highlighting it over here, concatenate. Concatenate basically means joining. If the access is not explicitly passed, it is taken to be 0. Okay, so either we'll have to define the access, or if the access is not defined, by default it is taken as 0. Alright, so I have taken two arrays, array 1 and array 2. Okay, and they both are two-dimensional arrays and I want to join it. So I have written the line of code array is equal to np.concatenate, and inside I have written array 1 comma array 2. Okay, I'm not defining the access right now. So if I print this array, the access is taken to be 0 and all the elements are stacked one above the other. And now suppose that I am defining the access to be 1. Access is equal to 1. Okay, sorry, access is equal to 1. Alright, so now see that 1, 2, 3, 4 on the top and 1, 2, 5, 6 on the top and 3, 4, 7, 8 on the bottom. Okay, now splitting an array. So we'll talk more about splitting an array. Alright. So splitting an array is the reverse operation of joining. Joining merges multiple arrays into one while splitting breaks one array into multiple. So we use array underscore split for splitting arrays. We pass it the array we want to split and we also define the number of splits we want. Alright. So suppose that I have a single dimensional array and the array is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are all the elements inside my array and I want to split it. Okay. I want to split it into three parts. So my new array will look something like 1, 2 on the first row, then 3, 4 in the second row, and then 5, 6 in the third row. Okay. So for doing that, we'll write new array. I've taken the name of the new array to be new array is equal to np dot array underscore split, then arr, which is the name of the previous array, comma 3. That means that I want to split the previous array into three parts. Okay, and then I'll print the new array. So I press shift enter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The array, one single array is being divided into three and it's being printed over here. Alright. If I want to split it into two parts instead of three parts, then I'll write new array is equal to np dot array. New array is equal to np dot array underscore split and inside round bracket I'll write arr comma 2 and I'll write the printing statement print new array. Okay, so now this is splitted into two parts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. I hope this is clear. Okay, this is very easy. Moving on. Now we have moved on to searching. Okay, so we can search an array for certain value and return the indexes that get a match. To search an array, we use the where method. Okay, we use the where method. So suppose that I have one single dimensional array and array is equal to np dot array. I'm writing I'm writing the elements in the array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, alright. So I have defined a single dimensional array and now I want to search for 4. Okay, I want to know the position of 4. So what will I write? I'll write x is equal to np dot where. It is like I'm asking the program that where is number 4. Okay, np dot where and inside the round bracket I'll write arr double equal to 4. So I hope that you are familiar with the concept of single equal to or double equal to. If you are not, then I'll explain. Single equal to is basically used for assigning the values, okay? And double equal to is basically used for checking that both the values are matching or not. So if arr is double equal to 4 I'm using, it basically means that I'm comparing arr and 4, whether they are equal or not, okay? So, okay, now I want to print x. So see, it is located in the third position 0, 1, 2, 3. So my 4 is located in the third position. Okay, and it is also showing me the data type which is integer. Alright. Suppose I want to find the position of 6. Okay, then I'll write x is equal to np dot where alright. So it's in the fifth position and the data type is integer. Alright. Okay. So if I want to insert a new cell below, I'll just click in the blank space over here first, and then I'll just click on type B, okay? And if I want to if I want to insert a new cell above, I'll just I've just typed A, okay? So now suppose that I want to find the index where the values are even, okay? I want to find the indexes where the values are even. So first let me define one array. Array is equal to np dot array, and inside the round brackets, square brackets, I'm taking few bunch of elements, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, okay? Now I want all the indexes where the values are even, okay? So I'll write x is equal to np dot where arr percentage symbol 2 equal to 0. Now don't worry, I'll be explaining everything, okay? So basically what I have done, see, arr percentage 2, this percentage symbol which we have given is known as modulus. It is a modulus operator. It basically checks that whether this arr is divisible by 2 or not. It basically checks that the element inside my single dimensional array is divisible by 2 or not. So if the element is divisible by 2, then there will be no remainder, the remainder will be 0. So we have written equal to 0. So this 0 is basically it is where the remainder should be. So if the number is divisible by 2, then the remainder is 0, okay? And if the number is not divisible by 2, then the remainder is obviously it is not 0. It will be some number 1 or anything. But if it is divisible, then it is 0. So basically this is a modulus operator. I'm dividing it with 2 and I'm checking whether the remainder I'm getting is 0 or not. So if it is 0, yes, it is even then, and that's what I want. So I'll print x, okay? If I execute, so 1 3 5 and 7, all right? So it is basically finding the index where the values are even. So the value is even on the first position. On the first position 2 is there, on the third position 4 is there, on the fifth position 6, and on the seventh position 8 is there, okay? Because indexing starts with 0. So on these positions all the even numbers are there, and hence we have got all the values 1 3 5 and 7. All right. Now if similarly I want to check where the values are odd, okay? If I want to check whether the values are odd, so I'll write similar statement, x is equal to np dot np dot where arr percentage or modulus equal to 1, because obviously if it is not divisible by 2, okay, I missed a 2 over here, yeah, obviously if it is not divisible by 2, the remainder will be 1. So if the remainder is 1, that means it is not divisible by 2. Then I'll print x, okay? 0 2 4 6. So on the 0th position we have 1, on the second position we have 3, on the fourth position we have 5, on the sixth position we have 7. All right? So it's very easy. I hope it is clear. All right? Now we'll discuss about sorting. Okay? We'll discuss about sorting. So what is sorting? Sorting means putting elements in an ordered sequence. Ordered sequence is any sequence that has an order corresponding to elements like numeric or alphabetical, ascending or descending. Sorting means basically sorting an array according to the alphabets, or ascending order or descending order if we are talking about numerical arrays. Okay, so the function which we are using is sort function. Sort. Okay, it's very easy. So let me first define a simple array. Array is equal to np dot array, and I'm taking a single dimensional array, 3 2 maybe 3 comma 2 comma 10 comma 15. Okay, and I want to sort it in ascending order. Okay, so for doing that I'll just write print np dot sort, and inside arr done. So as you can see that I've combined the printing statement and the sorting statement. If I wish, I can also first do the sorting statement and then I can print it. Okay, so I've combined both of them. Shift enter, and my entire array is sorted in ascending order. Alright, now suppose that my array is a string. Okay, my array is a string. So I'm taking one new array. Array is equal to, suppose I'm taking a bunch of names, Jim, comma, Pam, comma, Kevin, Angela. Alright, so I've taken a bunch of names over here. The Office fans will relate. So now if I write print np dot sort, okay, there is some error. Okay, so we have missed one R over here. Alright, so see, all the names are sorted in alphabetical orders. First Angela, Jim, Kevin, Pam. So all the names are now sorted in alphabetical orders. Alright, similarly we can sort two-dimensional and three-dimensional arrays as well. We'll discuss more about it in the other videos. Thank you.